the rhythm of connection. We will explore neuroscience and relationship factors through a real-life short story. Written by Anelo Pontecorvo. Reference citation: Simpson, J.A. and Rolls, W.S. Editors. 2015. Attachment Theory and Research. New Directions and Emerging Themes. Guildford Press. This excerpt examines the intricate dynamics between attachment, sex, and romantic relationships. It emphasizes the overlap between the systems governing sexual interactions and attachment, suggesting that repeated sexual experiences with the same partner may facilitate the formation of pair bonds. Additionally, it explores the nuanced interplay of attachment and dependence within romantic relationships, raising thought-provoking questions about whether dependence is inherently beneficial or detrimental, and if there exists an ideal level for fostering healthy relationships. This piece advocates for further research to better understand how optimal dependence can be achieved in close relationships. Chapter 1: A Chance Encounter. Neil Joseph was used to the chaos of his life. At 34, he had built a name for himself. He was one of the most sought-after music producers and club DJs in New York City. He's been entrenched in the nightlife industry and entertainment industry since 16 years old. His nights were filled with flashing lights, pulsating beats, and crowds screaming his name. His days, however, were quieter, spent in his studio crafting tracks that would dominate dance floors worldwide. Neil was a self-made entrepreneur, extroverted, intuitive, and fully at ease in the spotlight. He loved being a host, never shied away from attention, and was known for his charisma, quick wit, and humour. He thrived on new experiences, which explained his history of fleeting flings and 3 previous relationships that had taught him exactly what he wanted and did not want in a partner. Despite the whirlwind of his career, Neil had reached a point where the thrill of temporary connections no longer satisfied him. He craved something deeper, something lasting. But finding someone who could match his energy and ambition while offering emotional depth felt like searching for a needle in a haystack. That's when he met Tammy Lynn. Tammy was 32, a marketing executive with a sharp mind and an infectious laugh. She was stunning. Her looks had always been an asset in her younger years, but she was no longer content with surface-level relationships. Tammy was warm, creative, and deeply empathetic by nature, with an open heart and an imaginative mind. Her past relationships had taught her that charm and attraction were not enough to sustain love. She wanted a partner who could challenge her intellectually, support her dreams, and build a life with her grounded in passion and trust. Their paths crossed one Friday night at a rooftop bar in Manhattan. Neil had just finished a set at an exclusive club nearby and decided to unwind with a drink. Tammy was there celebrating her best friend's promotion. Their eyes met across the room and a spark ignited.
"Good evening. Do you mind if I join you?"
Neil asked as he approached her table with his signature confidence.
"Only if you're as interesting as you look."
Tammy replied with a playful smile. From that moment, their conversation flowed effortlessly. They talked about everything: music, travel, their careers, and their dreams. Neil was captivated by Tammy's authenticity and the way she lit up when she spoke about her passions. Tammy, in turn, was drawn to Neil's energy and the depth beneath his Chapter 2: The Chemistry of Connection. As their relationship unfolded over the next few months, Neil and Tammy discovered an undeniable chemistry that went beyond physical attraction. Their connection was rooted in shared values and mutual respect, but also fueled by the neurochemical interplay that deepened their bond. Dopaminergic reward system. Every moment they spent together felt exhilarating. Whether it was dancing at one of Neil's shows or sharing quiet mornings over coffee, their interactions activated the brain's reward pathways. The anticipation of seeing each other released dopamine in their ventral tegmental areas, creating feelings of excitement and desire. Oxytocinergic bonding. Physical intimacy played a significant role in their growing attachment. From holding hands to more intimate moments, oxytocin flooded their systems during these interactions, promoting trust and emotional closeness. After particularly intimate nights together, they both felt calm and secure, a state reinforced by the release of beta endorphins during the consummatory phase. Mental representations. Over time, Neil began associating Tammy's scent, touch, and laughter with comfort and happiness. Similarly, Tammy found herself thinking of Neil whenever she needed reassurance or inspiration. These mental representations became deeply ingrained in their minds, making each other chronically accessible even. Chapter 3. Navigating vulnerability. Despite their growing bond, both Neil and Tammy carried emotional baggage from their pasts. Neil's history of fleeting flings had left him wary of vulnerability. He struggled to let his guard down completely. Tammy's past relationships had taught her that beauty could attract attention, but not always loyalty or depth. She feared being seen as superficial. Their first major argument came after Neil cancelled plans last minute due to work obligations, a recurring issue given his demanding schedule. Tammy felt neglected. Neil felt misunderstood.
Don't take it personally. I have to make the most of every opportunity while it's still available.
Neil said one evening after they'd cooled off from their fight.
This is my life. It's not a job. It's who I am.
And I get that.
Tammy replied softly.
But I need to feel like I'm part of your world too, not just an afterthought.
Their conversation marked a turning point. They realised that maintaining their bond required effort, balancing independence with interdependence while addressing. Chapter 4. Building long-term attachment. As they worked through challenges together, their relationship grew stronger. Proximity seeking. They prioritised spending quality time together despite busy schedules. Whether it was travelling to music festivals or quiet nights cooking at home. Safe haven function. Over time, they became each other's source of comfort during stressful moments. For Neil, Tammy's presence calmed his racing mind after chaotic nights on tour. For Tammy, Neil's humour lightened her mood after tough days at work. Consummatory rewards. Their physical intimacy remained fulfilling, thanks to oxytocin's role in preventing habituation to opioids released during sex. This consistency reinforced their emotional connection over time. Chapter 5. A lasting bond. 1 year into their relationship, Neil surprised Tammy with a weekend getaway to upstate New York, a rare break from his hectic schedule. As they sat by the fire under a blanket of stars that night, he turned to her with uncharacteristic vulnerability.
I've spent so much of my life chasing highs, on stage or through other people.
He admitted.
But with you, it feels different. It feels real.
Tammy smiled and took his hand.
That's because it is real.
Their journey wasn't perfect. No relationship ever is. But it was built on mutual understanding, trust, and the neurochemical magic that deepened their bond every step of the way. For the first time in years, Neil felt like he'd found his rhythm, not just in music, but in love. And Tammy knew she'd found someone who saw her for more than just her beauty, but for everything she was inside. Together they created a melody that neither could have composed alone, a harmony born from science, but sustained by something far greater. Love, entwined with intention. This was the rhythm of connection,